When is establishing an outpost on e4 a good idea? Have you ever wondered when placing a piece on e4 can really turn the tide in a chess game? Establishing an outpost on e4 can be a game changer, but it's important to know the right circumstances to do so. Let's break it down. First, control of central squares is key in chess. The center of the board is where the action happens. A piece on e4 can influence important squares like d5 and d3. This control can limit your opponent's options and give you a strategic advantage. Next, consider the piece you want to place on e4. A knight is often the best choice. Knights can jump over other pieces, making them tricky to remove. If your knight is well supported, it can become a powerful force on e4. Speaking of support, having pawns backing your piece is essential. You want to position your pawns so they protect the piece on e4. This makes it harder for your opponent to attack and helps you maintain control over that square. Now, let's talk about your strategic goals. Establishing an outpost on e4 should fit into your overall plan. If you are planning an attack on the king side, a piece on e4 can help apply pressure on key squares and support your offensive moves. It's also important to assess your opponent's position. If they lack the pieces to challenge your outpost on e4, it's a great opportunity to establish a stronghold there. However, if they have pieces nearby that can easily attack e4, you might want to reconsider. Your pawn structure plays a significant role too. A pawn on d3 or d4 can provide solid support for a piece on e4 while also controlling the center. Just be cautious of any pawn moves that could weaken your position in the long run. In practical terms, openings like the Sicilian defense can benefit from a knight on e4. This placement can control key squares and limit your opponent's mobility right from the start. During the mid-game, once you have established your outpost, look for ways to create threats. A knight on e4 can attack pawns, support pawn advances, or prepare for exchanges that open lines for your other pieces. Finally, in the endgame, an outpost can become even more powerful. With fewer pieces on the board, it can be harder for your opponent to challenge your piece on e4. Just remember to keep your king safe and think about potential endgame transitions. In summary, establishing an outpost on e4 is a smart move when it aligns with your strategy, is well supported, and cannot be easily challenged by your opponent. Keep these factors in mind, and you can turn e4 into a stronghold that benefits your game.